So now let's hear more about the NBA and the NBA All-Star Weekend from none other than the Managing Director of NBA India, Mr. Yannick Colasso.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for joining us on Saturday afternoon. The 2014 season has been one of the most exciting in recent NBA history. We have new contenders emerging, the Golden State Warriors, the Atlanta Hawks, the Chicago Bulls are healthy, and LeBron James has made Cleveland a fan favorite. Our fan base in India continues to grow, and the access to our games for our fans in India has never been greater, including with 2 live games every morning of the regular season and the playoffs on our broadcast partner Sony 6. Passionate players in the league's history for a global celebration of the game. The 64th All-Star Game will take place on Sunday, February the 15th at Madison Square Garden. The Barclays Center in Brooklyn will host the BBVA Compass Rising Stars Challenge on Friday the 13th of February and State Farm All-Star Saturday night on Saturday the 14th of February. And this year All-Star is even more special for the NBA in India and for our fans here. This year we will have prominent Indian personality and Bollywood superstar Abhishek Bachchan attend his first ever NBA All-Star as a goodwill ambassador to the league. During his trip, Abhishek will meet NBA players and legends throughout the weekend and go behind the scenes at NBA All-Star Saturday night and at the All-Star Game. Abhishek will also participate in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game, the first ever Indian to take part in the event. Abhishek's trip is going to be really exciting for our fans because they will get to follow him as he experiences All-Star for the first time on NBA India's official social media channels, including Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. He will also take over the @NBA India Twitter handle during his trip and answer fans' questions. We're excited to work with our partner Sony 6 to bring the All-Star experience to fans in India through the eyes of Abhishek Bachchan. For us, it's even more important that besides being a really prominent personality, Abhishek is one of India's biggest and most vocal NBA supporters, and he shares our commitment to the continued growth of basketball in India. We're thrilled to host him as he attends NBA All-Star for the first time, and we look forward to bringing a spectacular experience for him and our fans in India. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yannick, for providing us with that great insight. So I'm sure you all are wondering, what about the fans in India who want to experience and want to be a part of this great weekend and want to know about Abhishek's experience for sure. So let me just enlighten you all, and I'm sure that you all know about it also. Sony 6 is the official broadcaster of NBA in India, and Sony 6 will be documenting Abhishek's journey throughout the weekend and create programming for the Indian fans. Will the viewer really feel like he's right there? Let's understand more from Sony 6. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for business head, Mr. Krishnan.
Just wanted to start with our association with the NBA, and just want to bring to the fore that the NBA in basketball actually is the fastest growing league in this country in the last couple of years. Sony has been associated with it for the last 3 years now, and what we have seen is that the growth of basketball in the last 2 years has been astounding. In the last season, the growth was nearly some 3-4 times, and in the current season, the growth is continuing. But what's more encouraging than just numbers that I can rattle off saying we got 30 million viewers so far in the season, etc., is the bigger fact that there is a connect that's forming with the youth in this country. We did the NBA Jam this year in around 16 cities, went to colleges, and the level of excitement among kids for the sport is phenomenal and growing extremely well. And the other side of it is that increasingly it's becoming a lifestyle quotient. It's becoming cool to be participating in basketball, and that's what we are seeing when we go into all these metros and see the growth, particularly in urban India, has been really phenomenal. So extending this partnership, we thought we'll do something unique this time. We are going to be bringing the All-Star coverage in India like never before. It's besides the Goodwill Ambassador, Mr. Abhishek Bachchan there, and his coverage that we are going to be doing and bringing every aspect of his association with the event, his participation, and the journey, his interactions with the legends, etc. We are also doing a studio show here, a first ever for basketball in this country. In fact, a first ever for any major sport. I mean, outside of the bigger, larger events like a FIFA or UEFA, a studio show in India is rarely ever done. And in fact, even the English Premier League has hardly ever done it to my recollection. So NBA is going to be one of the first to ever do that, and Sony 6 is going to bring that to you. So what we are promising is just to bring that larger than life imagery and the excitement that goes with the All-Star weekend, and we're really happy to do that. And this is going to be the first among many other initiatives we are taking in terms of weekly programming, weekly wraparound shows, etc. And you'll see a lot more coming in on Sony 6 on the basketball front. So with that, thank you.
Let's invite the league's goodwill ambassador of the All-Star Weekend onto the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Bollywood star, LA Lakers fan, and a passionate basketball enthusiast with more energy, Mr. Abhishek. So Abhishek, thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Tell us, how does it feel to be a goodwill ambassador, and what are you most looking forward to during the weekend?
First and foremost, good afternoon, members of the media. Thank you for being here, and to all the people at 6, thank you for putting this together, and obviously Yannick and the NBA for giving me this fantastic opportunity. You know, being a goodwill ambassador is as close to, I think, I'll ever come to being a player, which was a dream as a child. But this is truly a dream come true. Basketball has been a passion of mine since I can remember, since I was a kid. It's the first sport I ever followed, the first sport I ever played. And whilst growing up in school, I mean, all you dreamt about was playing basketball and, you know, and the NBA. And today to be standing here is more special because I get to do it from a country which I really do believe is at the cusp of really going international in their basketball talent. And it's a matter of great honor that I get to represent our country and the NBA. And I think congratulations to the NBA for all the wonderful work you all are doing in India. And they've really been working so hard. And, you know, Mr. Silva, the commissioner, and everybody, the NBA offices in India have worked so hard to promote the sport of basketball and help Indians get the exposure that, you know, some of their American counterparts and European counterparts have as well. So they're doing a great job. And obviously, Sony 6 for making sure I reach shooting on time every day, because you guys wake me up at 5:30 to watch all the games, and then you have to reach on time after that. So I think everybody's doing a great job. I'm very excited. It's really a very special moment for me to be made a goodwill ambassador for the sport and for the NBA, and to help promote basketball in India. And dude, it's the NBA All-Star Weekend, man. It's the high point of any basketballer's yearly calendar. It's something I remember as kids. We used to break bounds in the middle of the night. I used to study in Europe, so the All-Star Weekend used to always come in the middle of the night. And we'd be in big trouble if it was on the West Coast, because it was going to come even later then. And break bounds to go see the slam dunk competition, and we all would wait to see, we know, would Dominique Wilkins beat Jordan, would, you know, would Spud Webb come up and take it away? So it's fantastic. I'm very excited. This is actually the second time I'm going to be going. My wife actually gave me a present in 2011 and took me to the All-Star Weekend in LA. So yeah, so it's a great experience. And you know, I've always said basketball isn't just a sport, it's a lifestyle. You know, and the NBA promotes that entire lifestyle, and the NBA weekend is just a fantastic festival of the sport. So I'm very, very excited.
Any memories from watching All-Star Weekend while growing up that you can share with us?
Yeah, like I said, you know, being in boarding school, it was lights out at 9:30, and we used to break bounds and jump limits and go out to a restaurant that had the NBA playing in the middle of the night. Being caught and busted many times and punished because we were trying to watch the All-Star Weekend. So yes, I had the honor of meeting Cedric Ceballos, who is LA Laker. I'm a LA Laker fan. So, and I remember I got punished because I went to see him win the slam dunk competition. I think it was 93, if I'm not mistaken, that he won. And when I met him a couple of weeks ago in Chennai, I told him, and it was just fantastic. Yeah, so a lot of great memories, yeah.
Abhishek, congratulations once again on being selected to participate in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. You've been to the All-Star Weekend, but this year you will be the first ever Indian to have ever participated in the All-Star Weekend.
Dude, don't put the pressure on, man. I'm already nervous. Yeah, it's, wow, yeah. You know, when they told me I'm going to be the first ever Indian to play the Celebrity All-Star match was terrifying to say the least. So I kind of, you know, consoled myself thinking that it's a celebrity match and it's all in good faith. So they're going to be, you know, having some fun with it. And then I checked some films on the last few. And wow, they play hard. They really go for it. It's not a joke, you know. They're playing all out. You got to watch out for Kevin Hart. Thankfully, I believe he's on my team, so I'm okay. But yeah, I believe Chris Mullin's going to be playing. He was one of my childhood heroes, one of my favorite when he used to play for the Warriors, and you know, one of the members of the then dream team that went to Barcelona. So it should be very exciting. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous. I've been training actually every morning. I haven't played competitive basketball for a good almost 20 years now. So I've been trying to brush up my skills. You know, representing the country now, you can't let them down.
All right, so Abhishek, you will be showcasing your experience during the weekend across various media platforms. What can Indian fans expect to see during the trip?
Well, I really do hope. I mean, thanks to all the help and efforts that, you know, Sony 6 is putting out, and obviously the NBA, we're going to try and make it as interactive a process as possible. And for me, I think it would have been an achievement if all the NBA fans in India feel like they're actually at the event, you know, with a guided tour by me, hopefully. So I hope they get to get as personal an experience as possible. That's the endeavor.
So, Abhishek, you know, you're very vocal about being a fan of LA Lakers.
Yeah.
You watch them live and exclusively on 6 on mornings on 6.
Yeah.
Tell us, how did you first become a fan of the team?
Of the Lakers? Wow, that's almost ancient history. I think it was the early 80s, either 82 or 83. We were vacationing in Los Angeles, and my father took me to the Forum, which is the stadium where the Lakers used to play. Now they play in another stadium called and I remember going to the Forum, and he took me to a match of basketball, and he was explaining the rules to me, and they were playing, they had these wonderful uniforms, you know, the gold and purple, and they were playing these guys in green, which I didn't really understand. And then I got to know that I went to see a LA Laker, you know, the LA Lakers play Boston, which in the 80s was the greatest sporting rivalry, and to see Magic and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and James Worthy and Byron Scott, who's now the coach, play against Larry Bird and Kevin McHale. I mean, these are possibly the two biggest rivals in any sport across the world. I mean, I would say Barcelona and Real Madrid pale in comparison to what you know, the Celtics and the Lakers had. So since then, I was just hooked. I remembered it was more the experience of the world of basketball than just the game. And then as I started growing up, went to school, I used to play basketball in school as a sport. And the more you learn, and the more you fall in love with the sport.
That's quite true.
Yeah.
You know, I can't agree no more with him. So without wasting any more time, I'd like to call once again on stage for a photo op Mr. Prasanna Krishnan and
Yeah.
Mr. Yannick Colasso. It's time for photos.